Sugar. Sugar is a simple carbohydrate that your body turns into energy. When you eat sugar, it quickly raises your blood glucose, which makes your pancreas release insulin to help cells absorb the energy. Sugar also triggers dopamine in your brain's reward center. Dopamine is a chemical that makes you feel pleasure and want to repeat behaviors. The effect is fast, but wears off quickly, often leaving you tired as your blood sugar drops. Eating too much sugar regularly can make your cells stop responding to insulin properly, which can lead to diabetes. Your brain gets used to sugar over time, so you need more to feel the same good feeling. Sugar gives you calories, but no vitamins or minerals, and extra sugar gets stored as fat in your body. Caffeine. Caffeine is a stimulant that blocks adenosine in your brain. Adenosine is a chemical that builds up during the day and makes you sleepy. When caffeine blocks it, you feel more awake and alert. This also increases dopamine, which improves your mood and focus. The effects start within 15 to 30 minutes and last 4 to 6 hours. Your brain adapts to regular caffeine use by making more adenosine receptors, so you need more caffeine to feel the same effect. If you stop suddenly, you get headaches, tiredness, and trouble focusing within 12 to 24 hours. Caffeine raises your heart rate and blood pressure temporarily. At moderate amounts, about 2 to 4 cups of coffee per day, caffeine is safe for most adults, but too much causes anxiety and sleep problems. Alcohol. Alcohol is a depressant that slows down your nervous system. It increases GABA, a chemical that calms brain activity, and blocks glutamate, a chemical that normally excites the brain. This combination makes you feel relaxed, but also impairs your coordination, judgment, and memory. Alcohol also releases dopamine, which feels good. Your liver processes about 1 drink per hour, and drinking faster than this causes alcohol to build up in your blood. As levels rise, effects go from mild buzz to serious problems like slurred speech, blackouts, and at very high levels, stopped breathing and death. Regular heavy drinking makes your brain adapt, and when you stop, withdrawal can cause shaking, anxiety, seizures, and can even be fatal without medical help. Long-term heavy use damages your liver, heart, brain, and other organs. Nicotine. Nicotine is a stimulant found in tobacco that attaches to receptors throughout your brain and body. It releases multiple chemicals, including dopamine, norepinephrine, which increases alertness and heart rate, and serotonin, which affects mood. This creates pleasure and makes you want to use it again. Nicotine also reduces appetite. When smoked, effects happen within seconds, making it highly addictive. It briefly improves concentration and memory. Your brain adapts by making more receptors, creating tolerance and dependence. Withdrawal includes strong cravings, irritability, anxiety, hunger, and sleep problems that peak in the first few days. While nicotine itself affects your heart and blood pressure, the real danger from smoking comes from the thousands of toxic chemicals that damage your lungs, heart, and nearly every organ. Cannabis. Cannabis contains THC, which binds to cannabinoid receptors in your brain and body. These receptors normally regulate mood, appetite, pain, and memory. THC disrupts normal brain signals and creates effects like euphoria, altered time sense, hunger, and poor short-term memory. It also increases dopamine, but less than many other drugs. Effects start within minutes when smoked and last several hours. Cannabis impairs the part of your brain that forms new memories, which is why users often forget what happened while high. Another compound called CBD doesn't make you high and may reduce anxiety. Regular use can lead to psychological dependence, and stopping may cause irritability, sleep problems, and reduced appetite. Heavy use starting in the teen years increases risk of anxiety, depression, and in some people, psychosis. Smoking cannabis harms your lungs similar to tobacco. Opioids. Opioids include prescription pain medications like oxycodone and illegal drugs like heroin. They attach to opioid receptors and block pain while releasing large amounts of dopamine, creating intense pleasure. This also causes sedation, slowed breathing, constipation, and nausea. Opioids are extremely addictive because they create such strong reward signals that getting the drug becomes more important than food or safety. Tolerance develops fast, so you need more to feel the same effect, but your breathing doesn't develop tolerance at the same rate, making overdose easy. Physical dependence is severe, with withdrawal causing intense muscle pain, anxiety, insomnia, vomiting, and strong cravings starting within hours and lasting over a week. Withdrawal is very uncomfortable, but rarely deadly. The main danger is overdose, where breathing stops and causes death within minutes without the antidote naloxone. Fentanyl is especially dangerous because tiny amounts can be fatal. Ketamine. Ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic that blocks NMDA receptors in your brain. These are receptors involved in learning, memory, and perception. This disrupts communication between brain areas, making you feel detached from your body and surroundings. Low doses cause euphoria and visual distortions. High doses can cause complete disconnection from reality, called a K-hole. Unlike most anesthetics, ketamine doesn't slow breathing, which is why doctors use it for anesthesia and pain. It also has rapid antidepressant effects by promoting new brain connections. Effects start within minutes and last 1 to 2 hours. Regular use can damage your bladder, causing painful urination. It also impairs memory while you're high. While not physically addictive like opioids, users may feel depressed and have cravings when stopping. Benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines like Xanax and Valium enhance GABA, the brain's main calming chemical. This makes neurons less likely to fire, producing sedation, reduced anxiety, muscle relaxation, and seizure prevention. Effects start within 30 minutes to an hour and include calmness and drowsiness. They impair memory formation, often causing amnesia for events while on the drug. Regular use for weeks creates tolerance and physical dependence. Withdrawal can be dangerous, potentially causing seizures, severe anxiety, and even death, requiring medical supervision to stop safely. Mixing benzodiazepines with alcohol or opioids greatly increases the risk of stopped breathing and death. Cocaine. Cocaine is a powerful stimulant that blocks the reuptake of dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. Normally, these chemicals are recycled back into cells after sending their signals, but cocaine prevents this. This causes these chemicals to build up and repeatedly stimulate brain cells. The massive dopamine creates intense euphoria, while norepinephrine increases heart rate and blood pressure. Effects when snorted start within minutes and last 30 to 60 minutes. Smoking crack produces faster, stronger effects lasting only 5 to 15 minutes. The short duration drives repeated use as people try to maintain the high and avoid the crash of severe depression and exhaustion. Cocaine constricts blood vessels and strains the heart, increasing risk of heart attack and stroke even in young people. Regular use leads to tolerance, and while physical withdrawal isn't as severe as opioids, psychological dependence is intense with depression and cravings lasting weeks or months. Methamphetamine. Methamphetamine is an extremely powerful stimulant that not only blocks reuptake but also forces neurons to pump out dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. This creates massive, long-lasting increases in these chemicals, producing intense euphoria for 8 to 12 hours. The dopamine surge is several times higher than natural rewards, which rewires the brain and makes other activities seem meaningless. It keeps people awake for days and suppresses appetite. The prolonged dopamine damages neurons, causing cognitive problems that may be permanent. Regular users develop severe dental problems, skin sores, extreme weight loss, and premature aging. It often causes psychosis with paranoia and hallucinations. Tolerance develops rapidly, and withdrawal includes severe depression, fatigue, and intense cravings lasting months. Overdose can cause seizures, heart attack, stroke, and death. MDMA. MDMA, known as ecstasy or Molly, combines stimulant and psychedelic properties. It causes massive serotonin release with smaller releases of dopamine and norepinephrine. The serotonin surge produces emotional warmth, empathy, enhanced senses, and euphoria. Effects start within 30 to 45 minutes and last 3 to 6 hours. It reduces fear processing, making users feel more trusting and emotionally open. It also increases oxytocin, a hormone that promotes social bonding and connection with others. MDMA raises body temperature, heart rate, and blood pressure, which can be dangerous in hot environments. The massive serotonin release depletes stores, causing depression, fatigue, and anxiety for days afterward as the brain restores normal levels. Regular use can damage serotonin neurons and cause lasting memory and mood problems. LSD. LSD is a powerful psychedelic that activates serotonin 2A receptors, disrupting normal communication between brain regions. This causes profound changes in perception, thought, and sense of self. Effects start 30 to 90 minutes after taking it and last 8 to 12 hours or longer. Users see visual hallucinations like geometric patterns, color changes, and objects morphing. Thoughts become unusual with feelings of interconnectedness and altered time perception. LSD doesn't cause dopamine surges and isn't physically addictive. Tolerance develops so fast that taking it on consecutive days produces much weaker effects. The experience can be insightful or terrifying, with bad trips causing anxiety and frightening hallucinations. LSD is physically safe with no lethal dose and doesn't damage organs, but it can trigger mental health problems in vulnerable people. Some users experience lasting visual distortions. Despite myths, LSD doesn't cause brain damage.